You ever had one of those days where you feel like the whole world is a trap just waiting for you to make a wrong move? Well, that's the big idea at the heart of Selma Lagerlöf's amazing story, The Rat Trap. It's basically a fairy tale for grown-ups, all about a wanderer who finds out that a single choice, a single moment of kindness can literally change everything.
And that really gets to the core question here, doesn't it? Can one genuine act of kindness actually reach someone who seems totally lost and awaken the good inside them? Let's dive in and see how this story answers that.
All right, so first, we've got to meet our main character. He doesn't even have a name. He's just the peddler. And he's got this incredibly dark, cynical way of looking at the world, and it all stems from the little wire rat traps he makes to survive.
I mean, this guy's life is just miserable. He's a total vagabond, walking the roads, trying to sell these little rat traps he makes from scrap wire. But of course, that's not enough to live on. So he has to beg, and yes, sometimes he has to steal just to get by. You can see it all over him. The ragged clothes, the sunken cheeks, the hunger is literally shining in his eyes.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. While he's walking these lonely roads, he's come up with this whole philosophy about life. He's decided that the entire world, with all its lands and cities and seas, is just one giant rat trap. And all the good things you could ever want, riches, happiness, a good meal, a warm place to sleep, that's all just bait.
And this is a perfect way to picture it. You know, just like his own traps offer a piece of cheese or pork to catch a rat, the world dangles these temptations in front of people. And the second you give in, the second you take the bait, snap! The trap closes, and it's all over. You're caught. So you have to wonder, how does a philosophy that bleak actually hold up in the real world? Well, it's about to get put to the test, because our cynical peddler is about to run into an act of kindness so unexpected, it looks an awful lot like bait.
So one night, he knocks on the door of this little cottage, probably expecting to get yelled at. But instead, an old, lonely farmer, a crofter, welcomes him in. The guy is actually happy to have some company. He shares his food, his tobacco, they play cards. For the peddler, this is unheard of. This is like landing on another planet.
And then, in this amazing moment of trust, the old man shows the peddler his most prized possession, a pouch with 30 kronor inside. It's the money he made selling his cow's milk. He's so proud, he shows the actual bills to his guest. And right there, the bait is on the table.
And what do you think happens? The next morning, after they say their goodbyes, the peddler can't resist. The temptation is just too much. He goes back, smashes the window, grabs the pouch, and runs. Just like that, he proves his own dark theory right. He took the bait and repaid the only real kindness he'd been shown with total betrayal.
But the trap snaps shut on him almost instantly. As he's walking away with the stolen money, it hits him. He wasn't being clever. He was the one who was fooled. He let himself get tempted by the bait, and now he's the one who's been caught.
And his punishment comes fast. He tries to escape through the woods, but he just gets more and more lost. The forest itself becomes the rat trap. It's like his whole dark philosophy has come to life and just swallowed him whole, trapping him in a prison made of trees and his own bad choices. He's completely exhausted, totally hopeless, and ready to just lie down and die. But then he hears something, a thumping sound. He follows it and stumbles into the Ramjo Ironworks, an old iron mill. And this chance encounter? Well, it's going to change absolutely everything. Now, the blacksmiths inside barely give him a second look. Just another ragged bum seeking shelter, you know, the kind of indifference he's used to. But then the owner, the ironmaster, comes in. And in the dim, flickering light from the furnace, he looks at the peddler and makes a massive mistake. He thinks this stranger is an old army buddy of his. The ironmaster is overjoyed. He insists that his old friend, Captain Niels Olaf, must come home with him for Christmas. But the peddler is terrified. He's got 30 stolen kronor in his pocket. To him, this isn't kindness. This is like voluntarily walking right into a lion's den. It feels like another trap, so he says no over and over again. But the ironmaster doesn't give up. He sends the one person he thinks can persuade the stranger, his daughter, Edla Wilmanson. And her arrival? Well, this is the real turning point of the whole story. See, Edla is different. She looks at him and she can tell something is wrong. She sees the fear in his eyes. Her intuition tells her this guy has probably stolen something or maybe even escaped from jail. But, and this is the key, instead of judging him, she speaks to him with this incredible, genuine compassion. She just promises him that he'll be safe and that he can leave whenever he wants, no pressure.
Her kindness works. He agrees to go. So the next morning, Christmas Eve, the moment of truth arrives. The peddler has been bathed and shaved. He's wearing a nice suit of the Ironmaster's clothes. And when he walks into the bright morning light, the Ironmaster sees him clearly for the first time and realizes this is not his old friend.
And the Ironmaster is furious. He feels like he's been tricked. All that hospitality just vanishes, and it's replaced with anger. He immediately threatens to call the sheriff. For the peddler, it feels like the jaws of the trap are finally closing for good.
But then Edla steps in this absolutely stunning moment of compassion. She stands up to her angry father. She says, essentially, look, we invited him here. We promised him a day of peace for Christmas. We can't just throw him out now. She insists that they keep their promise, no matter who he really is.
And incredibly, she wins. The peddler stays. This whole situation sets the stage for the story's powerful conclusion. We're about to find out if Edla's crazy belief that you can awaken the essential goodness in someone just by treating them with dignity is actually true.
So all through Christmas Eve, the peddler pretty much just eats and sleeps. But this isn't just him being tired. For the first time, maybe in his entire adult life, he feels safe. He's not being chased, he's not being judged. Edla's kindness has given him this incredible gift, a moment of real peace.
The next morning, Christmas Day, while Edla and her father are at church, the peddler leaves. But he doesn't just disappear. He leaves behind a little package for Edla. And when she opens it, she finds something very familiar. One of his little handmade rat traps. But let's look closer at what's inside the rat trap, because this is where his transformation becomes crystal clear. Tucked inside are those 3 wrinkled 10-kroner bills he stole, along with a note asking her to return them to the old crofter, and there's also a letter, written just for her.
And this is the final incredible message. He explains that because she treated him like a real captain, he found the courage to act like one. And he signs the letter not as a homeless peddler, but as Captain von Stahl. By treating him with dignity and respect, as if he were already a good man, Edla gave him the power to become one, and to finally escape the world's rat trap for good. Her simple act of kindness didn't just change his Christmas, it completely redeemed his life.